check out this cool experiment. When this yellow fluid is poured into the test tube, the fluid turns red. Now watch what happens when we take this white solid and pour it into the red fluid. The color turns blue. Finally, let's cap off the test tube, shake it up, and see what happens. Well, that's cool. Now the fluid separates into two layers with a blue color on top and a colorless layer below. How does this experiment work? Well, the yellow fluid is made by mixing equal volumes of water and 70% isopropyl alcohol. An acid-base indicator called thymol blue is added to the mixture, and this gives the fluid a yellow color. A white solid called potassium carbonate is added to the beaker. Potassium carbonate is a basic salt. Finally, 2 to 3 drops of 6 molar hydrochloric acid are added to the test tube. Let's investigate the properties of thymol blue so we can understand the color changes a little bit better. We see that if we add thymol blue to water, which is close to neutral in pH, a yellow color results. Let's see what happens if we add a little bit of acid. It looks like thymol blue turns red in the presence of an acid. Finally, we'll add some base. We first see the color change to yellow as the base neutralizes the acid. However, as we continue to add the base, the color of the thymol blue changes to blue. So indeed, thymol blue is blue in a base. We're now ready to understand all the color changes that we saw in the experiment. The fluid appears yellow at first because the thymol blue is in the presence of water and alcohol, which are both neutral. When the mixture is poured into the test tube, it turns red because, remember, there's drops of strong acid at the bottom of the test tube, and thymol blue is red in an acid. When we add the salt, which is basic, the color changes to blue because thymol blue is blue in a base. What about the separation of the mixture into 2 layers of different colors after we add the basic salt? This occurs because of an effect known as salting out. This effect occurs when salt is added to a mixture of water and an organic liquid. The salting out effect causes the mixture to separate into 2 layers. The less dense alcohol layer ends up on top, and the more dense salt and water end up on bottom. Because thymol blue dissolves in alcohol, but not the salty water, the top layer is blue and the bottom layer is colorless. Because there are so many different acid-base indicators that display a variety of colors, you can tune this experiment to give a lot of different color effects. For example, this experiment appears to be the same, but at the end, the liquids separate into a blue layer on top and a pink one on the bottom. How do you think I pulled off this experiment? I look forward to hearing your ideas about how I did this in the comments. Thanks a lot for watching.